Now, if for whatever reason the watchdog was to turn off and click off and there's no continuity across the breaker, there's a fair possibility that there's a choke created in this long section of tube. What generally happens there, if we have a sensor fail, which is the sensor down underneath the tube over here, if it fails, then what happens is a grain will go past that sensor. You'll see grain fall out of a hole underneath the tube about here, but this section of tube will then, grain will go past and then start to compress against the motor and create what we call a choke. Now, once that choke happens, the motor will sense a load up of current. When the current gets past the tripping point, which is 25 amps, this unit will switch the tyre system off, because that ultimately is a fail. How to clear the choke? What we do is we take this hose clamp off and the piece of cover at the bottom. We turn the breaker back to on, and then we run the motor again, and the grain that's in the choke will fall out through that particular hole, so it's basically unchoked. And so all we need to do is basically clear out that pipe section. The motor will just continue to choke and trip off if we don't clear the grain out of that choking area. So that is how we clear a choke. Obviously, once the choke's cleared, we need to make sure that we reset or replace the sensor for whatever reason if it has failed.